The light that never fades. In a small coastal town in America, where the ocean whispered secrets to anyone who would listen and gulls circled lazily over the shore, lived Emily Carter. She was 30, a quiet woman who taught science at the local high school. Her classroom smelled faintly of books and salt air from the nearby ocean. Every morning, she walked to work with her hijab pinned neatly, her steps measured, carrying with her a calmness that was almost invisible to the outside world, but deeply present in her heart. Life had not been easy for Emily. She had grown up with her parents in a tight-knit community, her father a gentleman who always prayed before meals, her mother a woman of laughter and patience. But when Emily was just 22, her father passed away suddenly, leaving the family to navigate life's trials without his guiding hand. Her mother became frail from worry and sorrow, and Emily, the eldest, took on responsibilities that should never have fallen on such young shoulders. She worked part-time at a bookstore, tutored students in math, and still managed to attend college classes, though often at the cost of her own sleep and dreams. Through it all, her faith was her quiet anchor. Prayer, small acts of kindness, and trust in Allah's plan kept her moving when the days felt heavy. And yet, despite all her patience, hope sometimes felt fragile, like a candle flickering against a winter draft. One autumn morning, a new teacher joined the school, Michael Reynolds, a man with soft brown eyes and a gentle manner. He taught history, but what drew Emily's attention was not the subject he taught, but the calm he carried. He greeted students with respect, never raising his voice, and seemed to notice the small details others overlooked. A stray pencil, a hesitant student, a child's quiet sigh, he saw them all. Their first conversation happened in the staff room over a shared cup of coffee. Michael commented on the subtle scent of jasmine in the air. "It's lovely," he said softly. "Reminds me of home." Emily smiled politely. "It's from my diffuser. Helps me think straight." They laughed, and something unspoken passed between them, a recognition of patience and quiet strength. Weeks went by, and their conversations grew longer, gentle and unhurried. They discussed books, favorite authors, and even the way music could feel like a prayer. Emily spoke of her faith, her routines, the way prayer brought her peace, not rules. Michael listened with a humility that surprised her. He did not ask to change her, nor did he impose his own beliefs. He asked questions, sincere and gentle, like someone trying to understand the tides of her heart without disturbing them. Emily felt an unfamiliar warmth at his presence, not the rush of love that had once made her heart pound wildly, but a slow, steady warmth that settled around her shoulders like a soft shawl. She enjoyed their discussions, the small shared laughter, the mutual respect, but she kept her heart careful, guarded. Life had taught her the fragility of trust. Then came winter. The town was quiet under a blanket of snow, the ocean distant and gray. One evening, Michael invited Emily and a few colleagues to a small community winter gathering at the local library. It was decorated with soft lights, the aroma of cocoa and gingerbread filling the air. Children laughed in the corners, families exchanged quiet greetings, and in the middle of it all, Emily found herself standing next to Michael. "You always seem at peace," he said, his voice gentle over the low hum of conversation, "even when life is hard." Emily looked down at her hands. "I try. It's not always easy." He nodded. "I've seen people who carry their struggles silently. It's beautiful in a way. Not everyone can do it." She felt a lump rise in her throat, but said nothing. Only in her prayers, alone at night, did she admit the truth. She was tired of being strong, tired of carrying the weight of the past, tired of wondering if her heart would ever know joy again. Winter turned to early spring, and their friendship deepened, slow and careful. Michael began asking more about Islam, not as a challenge, but from genuine curiosity. He visited the mosque with her, sometimes silently observing, other times asking questions after prayer. Emily explained gently the purpose of prayer, fasting, charity, and the way faith became the pulse of her life. Michael listened, read on his own, and reflected sincerely. The first time he mentioned wanting to learn about faith alone, Emily felt a mixture of hope and caution. "Faith isn't something to take lightly," she said one evening as they walked along the river trail. "It can't be borrowed nor given. It must come from your own heart." He nodded solemnly. "I know. I want to understand for myself, not for anyone else." Spring deepened into summer. The town came alive with festivals, school events, and the soft hum of community life. Emily noticed a change in Michael. He seemed lighter, calmer, more reflective. One evening, as they walked home from the community center, he said quietly, "I've taken my shahada, not for you, not to impress anyone, just because I feel it's right." Emily stopped walking. Her heart fluttered, but she stayed composed. She said, "I'm happy for you, truly." He smiled softly. "I wanted you to know. I never meant to make you feel pressured. You've taught me more than you know. Patience, faith, the way hope can guide us even in darkness." Tears pricked Emily's eyes, not of sorrow, but of relief. She realized that love had returned, not the frantic, uncertain love of youth, but a steady, respectful, quiet love, rooted in faith, understanding, and mutual respect. Over the next months, their bond grew in trust and admiration. Michael helped with Sophie, attended community events, and showed consistent kindness. Emily remained careful, honoring her heart and her faith. Slowly, she began to feel the stirrings of a new life, one where joy and responsibility, hope and caution could exist together. One late summer evening, as the sun set in shades of gold and lavender over the ocean, Emily and Michael sat on a bench, the waves lapping quietly near the shore. Sophie ran ahead, chasing seagulls, her laughter carrying across the water. "Do you think it's too late to find happiness again?" Emily asked softly, her eyes on the horizon. Michael took her hand gently. "It's never too late. Happiness isn't just a gift, it's a choice we make every day. Faith brought us here, patience carried us, hope kept us breathing, and love follows quietly when hearts are ready." Emily looked at him and nodded. She realized her past pain, her trials, her sacrifices, they had led her to this moment. Faith had not abandoned her. Hope had not left her. Love had returned, not as a storm, but as a steady light. She closed her eyes for a moment, inhaling the salty air. For the first time in years, she whispered quietly, not to anyone, but to Allah, "Thank you for never leaving me." And in that quiet, serene moment, Emily understood. Life's greatest lessons often arrive in patience, in faith, in hope, and in love that waits until the heart is ready. The light that guides us never fades. It simply waits for us to notice it.